morning. First and most importantly, thank you for your support of the church in terms of your time, talent, and your treasure. The pastors and church leaders understand there are many choices for churches in this community, and we really appreciate the fact that you've chosen to be here. I hope that you've heard about the Give and Love Like Jesus campaign that was just recently announced, and it's basically 4 different initiatives. 1, belonging and serving. 2, care for the LCC building. 3, loving our neighbors. And 4, worship beauty, and that's what I'm going to be talking about this morning for a couple of minutes. And basically the space aspect of it. This building is our church home. This sanctuary is our living room. The Crossway Center is our dining room. I'm suspecting that most of us spend most of our time when we're here, either on Wednesdays or Sundays, in these 2 spaces. Just like all of us who own a home, there's maintenance that needs to be done in the church. For those folks that walk down the center aisle here, I suspect that you've seen some of the cracks in the tiles and the fact that there are dead spots in that area that we need to have replaced. The centerpiece of our sanctuary is beautiful stained glass windows, not only here, but also on the east wall. Tremendous history of these stained glass windows, as I think some of you have heard. They were commissioned in 1915. They were installed in a little church in Litchfield, North Dakota, and they were actually delivered to that church in a covered wagon over 100 years ago. So if you just think about the care that it took to design, create, manufacture each piece, each pane that we have here, and imagine the care it took to install each pane. And also think about the good fortune of not having these destroyed over the past 100 years. Well, the stained glass windows are overdue for a little TLC. There are some cracks in them, and there's actually a hole in one of the panes. And so what we need to do is we need to remove the stained glass windows. We need to repair what has been damaged. We need to clean them. We need to re-lead them as well, and then put them back. So hopefully with that effort, these stained glass windows will be available and nice for the next 100 years and beyond. These are beautiful gifts that we've been given, and we need to be good stewards of this gift. Again, like our own homes, we need also to remodel and upgrade or update periodically. And I'm going to talk about the speaker system. These speakers above us are state-of-the-art, they're fantastic. The problem is that we have these wedge speakers over here, and that's what the musicians need to listen to in order to hear themselves. Well, what happens is when the sound comes out that blasts past these great musicians, and it kind of bounces around over here instead of being spread out through the entire sanctuary. So our hope is to remove those wedge speakers and give the musicians an earpiece or an individual device so that these wedge speakers don't overcome the speakers that we have overhead. And the baptismal font is falling apart and it's wobbly. We just need to replace it. Again, like most of us, we have seasonal decorations that we have in our homes. The church is no different, although it's called liturgical accents. A lot of the liturgical accents have become worn out, and those things that have lights no longer work. So we need to replace them. As you can see, it's pretty sparse up here. This is actually harvest season, but we don't have any harvest season liturgical accents. So we'd like to purchase those in order to enhance the visual experience for the service. And finally, the Crossway Center. That's the first thing that you see when you walk in the north door or the south door. We want that to be a positive first impression when you enter the church. So the plan, at least, is to replace the chairs and tables in the Crossway Center, replace the overhead lighting, and also replace some of the flooring so it looks less like a sterile cafeteria and more like a welcoming area where we want to stay and have fellowship after service. In the Crossway Center, we'd also like to have an extension of the sanctuary. Basically have some TVs that would be out there that would show the service so that people can have a comfortable place to watch the service if they can't be in the sanctuary for some particular reason, or when there are times when we have an overflow crowd, Christmas, Easter, and funerals. We think we have great plans for our church home. We hope that you'll join us in supporting the vision of the church. Thank you very much.